was gonna talk about this story the other day after I just heard it. So the Lakers, former Lakers owner Jeanie Buss, who had recently sold $10 billion of the organization, the Los Angeles Lakers, to Mark Walters. She had made some comments about how LeBron James, that she felt that he wasn't grateful enough to the Lakers after they took his son Bronny James in the NBA draft. So the Los Angeles Lakers returned to notoriety when the team signed superstar LeBron James in free agency ahead of the 2018-2019 season. While that partnership turned out well initially, with James leading the team to a championship in his second season, the Lakers owner Jeanie Buss reportedly began to sour on James, per ESPN's Baxter Holmes. The tidbit was revealed as a part of a much larger piece on the Buss family drama and how it led to the team sold to Mark Walter. While there are plenty of juicy revelations in this article, Buss' relationship with James will likely draw the most attention. Buss' opinion of James reportedly started to change after the Lakers traded for Russell Westbrook in 2021. The move, which the team led to make James a happy backfire. Westbrook's fit on the Lakers was awkward, and the team failed to make the playoffs after acquiring the veteran. Buss reportedly was frustrated with the way James washed his hands of the deal and blamed others after it failed, per ESPN. Buss reportedly even considered trading James at one point, with the Los Angeles Clippers being the most likely destination. That didn't happen, and James inserted a no-trade clause into his 2024 extension, making the deal impossible now unless James approves of it. The relationship further soured after the Lakers drafted James' son Bronny in the second round of the 2024 NBA draft. Buss reportedly felt LeBron should have been more grateful that the team picked his son in the draft, per ESPN. When the Lakers drafted James' son Bronny, the 55th pick in the 2024 draft, Jeanie probably remarked that James should be grateful for such a gesture, but she felt that he wasn't. People close to the team told ESPN. Bronny 21 has been used in a reserve role in the NBA. He's averaged 1.9 points in 51 career games. Buss released a statement to The Athletic refuting the claim about James, saying it was not really that right, given all the great things LeBron has done for the Lakers, and he has to be pulled into my family drama. To say that it wasn't appreciated is not just true and completely unfair to him. But if the report is true, Buss and James could have headed for a clean break in the offseason. James' contract is up at the end of the season, allowing the 41-year-old to easily lead the team in the offseason. James has still performed well this season and has helped the Lakers to a 26-16 start. And if he wants to keep playing, James could almost certainly find a job with another franchise. But it is unclear James will do that. The 23-year-old veteran has not addressed his future in the NBA past the 2025-2026 season. And if James does not come back for one more year, it's possible he once again considers the Lakers. But if Wednesday's report is accurate, James' return to Los Angeles could be dependent on whether Buss, who remains the team's governor and minority owner, can still coexist with the superstar. Now, MIW Productions 1, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? How you been doing, man? What you think about about Jeanie Buss' comments about LeBron not being grateful, even though they drafted his son, Bronny, on the Lakers? What do you think about these comments before I go into my spiel? But I wanted to hear what you got to say. Now, after reading all this and after hearing what she said in her comments and statements, and privately, and now it's being, revealed. Now, my thing is, my question is to Jeanie Buss. So, it took you this long to notice how sometimes how a lot of us have always come to consideration that LeBron can be narcissistic. So it just took you up until now to have a private statement to realize how narcissistic this guy can be? The only reason that you wanted to get his son there is because he's there. If LeBron wasn't there, you guys would not have drafted his son. But the only reason you did that is because he's there. You could have just passed up on the pick, and he could have went, and Bronny could have went somewhere else. Like, because there have been rumors and reports that LeBron could possibly, after this contract is up, might have just wanted to leave the Lakers at first, and now you're saying you want to consider him trading him to the Clippers. You could have let him walked off and scot-free, and he could have possibly went back to Cleveland. But I don't even know if the Cavaliers would want him at this point because, shoot, they're already in the bind and the bundle of contracts that they are with Donovan Mitchell now. So I don't know if they wouldn't want to take him back. But at the end of the day, it just now took you to this point, Jeanie, that you had to realize, oh, I messed up. Oh, I did not know how much LeBron, can be this kind of ungrateful kind of person. I'm like, you just now come to this conclusion? Like, really? Really? You just now come to this conclusion? But it's better late than never. It's better late than never at some point. But at the end of the day, it's like LeBron and Rich Paul, Maverick Carter, all these people are inside of Bleacher Report and Clutch Point Sports, man. They're inside. They're all tied and connected to Bleacher Report and Clutch Point Sports. So all these ties in. So you're tying into everything with all these connections, with all these different outlets. They manipulate the media. They mass conglomerate and manipulate the media to the point where every conversation that is about the greatest of all time or who is the best athlete to ever play the game, they're gonna always say LeBron because look at the media. Look at ESPN. Look at all these surrounding outlets. That's because you listen to Magic Johnson, and as great as Magic Johnson is, as a ball player, he doesn't always make the best decisions. He doesn't always make the best decisions. You listen to Magic Johnson, and you listen to Rob Pelinka, and now with all these people that you listen to try to say, oh, let's go get LeBron, and then let's go get Anthony Davis and go get that championship. Well, you got the one championship, and look what it's done since you did win the bubble championship. You ain't got to nothing. You ain't went nowhere. You ain't gotten nowhere. And now you ain't got no consistent big man to go along with Luka Doncic. And the future you're supposed to be, oh, hey, what's going on, QC? Hey, what's going on? Talking to Grandma, what's going on? How you doing? But yeah. My thing is, if you got all these outlets. I left my point. But yeah, you got all of these different outlets that want to try to attract and try to get LeBron at this point, But who wants to get a 41-year-old guy at this point who's already on the last spurt of his career? But you listen to Magic Johnson, you listen to Rob Pelinka, and want to try to go get these guys. And then you got Anthony Davis after a year or so after, LeBron missed that whole 82 game stretch, and only played 19 games in 2019. You missed that point, and once you won the bubble title, after you go get AD to go help out your front line, your power forward, and you had to go get JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard to go help out your big man, to go help out the front line for your big man. You don't have no kind of stamina. You don't have no kind of, you've broken all those contracts. So now with Luka Doncic into the fold after you made a blockbuster trade, you ain't got no big man and you ain't got no bench and you ain't got no interior defense. So what happens if you do make it to the playoffs again? This will be the third or fourth time you didn't make the playoffs. You still haven't addressed the main problems, a 3-and-D player and a wing defender, and you still haven't addressed those main problems. So this is a really big statement that Jeanie Buss has made, and like I said, it's better late than never. But at the same time, you aid and abet in what you bargain, what you choosing. Sometimes beggars can be choosers, and sometimes you can't be begging to be pleased, because these people have so much weight and class and power that you just can't go back and go afloat. But and then also another thing I want to mention too, though too is, I think and shout out to Too Raw for TV because he had mentioned this in his video because I seen it. I think he faked out. I think he said LeBron faked out sciatica or something. Faked out an injury. You know, it's looking like he kind of faked out an injury. That's why he missed a good chunk of the season, from what I've heard. And I haven't really gone into any detail about this either, about the significance of that injury that he had. But like I said, if you is faking that, that's just pathetic, man. And that just goes to the point about load managing too. A lot of these superstar players, because they don't want to face these kind of matches against teams, they want to try to low manage. So when it do comes to playoff time, and when it comes to after the All-Star break, they can be 100%. You said LeBron should have never left LA either. He should have stayed in Cleveland or went somewhere else. It's too much drama playing in LA. Yeah, it's too many Chiefs and talking heads. It's too many Chiefs, but I know you know this, QC. It's too many Chiefs and not enough Indians. It's too many people that want to get into positions of that's in positions of power, that want to try to control everything, but they don't realize that you got a led narcissist that has his own agenda with his own people that have their own agenda. He said, aren't they still figuring out if he did fake it? I mean, yeah, there is still figuring it out. They is still figuring out if he faked it. I think The Athletic and I think SB Nation, a few others have been talking to sources that's closest to LeBron and Clutch Sports that they're saying that he might have faked it out. I believe that's been the case, but yeah, he should have never went to LA. I do agree with you with that. I do agree with you with that. I don't think he should have never left Cleveland in the first place and went to LA, because it not only is too much drama, too much commotion and controversy. It's way too much money that's going to be left on the table, for the future, because you now are just saying that you're going to make Luka Doncic your future, but you ain't got no roster to really help him get to the future if you want to win championships, and you're going to probably waste his talent, because Luka Doncic is a hell of a talent. He's like one of the best guards in the game, and you're going to keep wasting his talent. You said Jeanie is a narcissist too. Should have a match made in heaven. Yeah, and where did she learn from that too? She learned a lot of that because of the Buss family. You learn that from your brother. You learn that from your brother Jim, and and then you learn that from your dad. So I mean, hey, that just goes with it. That just goes with the territory. Wolf and sheep, like a wolf in sheep's clothing. He said honestly he needs to get out of LA like now before Jeanie tries to trade him somewhere stupid. Yeah, I mean that could actually really happen. I mean, if LeBron wants to go anywhere else at this point because of his no trade clause, unless he wants to choose where to go, hey, they can somehow break it. They can somehow break that. I mean, they can't really break the no trade clause, but they can break where he wants to go in the destination where he wants to go, especially if it's somewhere that he wants. Like if it's somewhere like the New York Knicks or somewhere, or if it's somewhere like Miami, again, or Cleveland, anywhere like that. Oh, they're not gonna let that happen. They're not letting that happen at all. They're gonna try to control the narrative with that. They're not gonna let him go there at all. That's just doesn't. Yeah, like I was just saying, Mark Walters ain't gonna let that go. They're not gonna let that go. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna let that happen. But if it does happen, I mean, at some point, hey, we'll see where it breaks down. But at some point, it can't. I don't think like I said, I don't think he's gonna control I don't think he's gonna control the narrative at this point. I just don't think LeBron's gonna control the narrative at this point with them. I think with Mark Walters, as he's the current owner, yeah, it's his call and his decision what he's gonna make with that. He said even Detroit, they don't want to let that happen. Oh no, absolutely not. The Pistons already got a young team, a young squad right now. They definitely are not gonna let that happen at all. Like they'll do everything to try to prevent that from going on. That's just yeah, no. No, they're a young they're going to be another young uprising team that's very physical. And that organization, that office is not going to let that happen at all. I can definitely rest assure you that. But yeah, no, you have two lead, personalities other outside the NBA and inside that are, kind of pretty much narcissists at the end of the day. So, like I said, the comments that she made wasn't really that surprising. Yeah, yeah, they are. They are definitely on the road, man. I mean, not even just Cade Cunningham. You got Jalen Duran. You got Asar Thompson that's just absolutely balling out of his mind. Oh man, Malik Beasley. You got some and Duncan Robinson on there too. They got some real sharp shooters out there. So yeah, they physical with that Isaiah Stewart. That big man that he's out there just rumbling and rolling and just altering shots and collapsing that paint. They on an absolute roll. Yeah. I think I think with them, I believe because of what happened with that loss in 6 games against the Knicks last year, I think they're gonna since they had that little bit of that taste in their mouth, that sour taste in their mouth, it's gonna make them perform a whole lot better. I can tell you that it's gonna make them a whole lot better. And I think they're gonna learn from the mistakes that they made in that from the mistakes they made in that first round conference. The reason why they got rid of the center to get Bronny, like, yeah. You said the reason why they got rid of that center is to get Bronny, like, well, yeah. I mean, they had to do something. They was thinking like they had to do something to get that. But like I said, with Anthony Davis injuries, shoot, I still would have kept him because he's way better than freaking DeAndre Ayton, and he's still better than DeAndre Ayton and Jackson Hayes. Come on now, no, no, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that, man. Yeah, absolutely not. If LeBron gets traded, they might. If LeBron gets traded, they might get rid of Bronny next. Oh yeah, yeah. If LeBron gets traded, yeah, his son's gonna go wherever his father goes. Absolutely, yeah. That definitely will happen. That definitely will happen. All right, guys, I will be getting out of here. I got some more content to make. I'm gonna be talking about that Lakers and Nuggets game, and I'm gonna talk about how the Nuggets have been winning without Jokic. So I'll be back shortly just for that. But I want to get out of here. Just want to give you my thoughts on these whole comments from Jeanie. But yeah, I thought it was just wild and just hilarious that she's now coming to the realization of it. But yeah, I want to get out of here. I'll be right back. Don't go away. But thank y'all for tuning in and watching and liking and sharing. All right, I'm out.